All right, I have just fired up the new Black Ops 6 open beta. The goal in this video will be to test out a few different graphics cards, see how they do. Now, we can't really do like-for-like side-by-sides because it's a multiplayer environment. So we're just going to play the game a bit on some different graphics cards at some different settings. We're starting out at basic settings at 1080p resolution with no upscaling on a GTX 1066GB, so people with an older graphics card can see how this runs. Now, we are on a high-end CPU, so that's going to mean that the bottleneck is just on the GPU, so if you have an older CPU, that would need to be tested separately. Anyway, so we're at 1080p rendering resolution, basic settings on a GTX 1060. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the frame rate average for a benchmark run. We'll go ahead and see how we do. Comment on gameplay, by the way, is I don't know how to, I wouldn't say I don't know how to play Call of Duty. I will just say I play about once a year when a new game comes out to run benchmarks. So that's about all the Call of Duty I play these days. Used to play a lot more first-person shooters than I do these days, so I can generally point and click at enemies, but as far as knowing the maps or abilities, I don't know. It looks like the new beta has like, well, Black Ops 6 has like a dive roll mechanic, like so you can kind of sprint and in any direction and hit the control button to then like dive into position. So maybe we could try that out a bit, but in other words, no promises on top-end gameplay. We also probably don't need to see me. Why is my camera on, guys? I guess I left it on from the news video I filmed earlier today. So, anyway, let's go ahead and run this a little bit longer. It looks like at least on this map, we are getting, looks like around 70 FPS average, but the 1% lows are down at 52. So we are certainly not actually, okay, it must know I'm bad at this game because these guys aren't great. Anyway, probably skill-based matchmaking kicking in or something. It knows I'm bad, so it puts me against even worse enemies. Okay, should we change graphics settings? Let's hide in the corner. Let's hide in this bush while we change graphics settings. And we're gonna stay at basic settings because first of all, I don't think this game actually really changes graphic settings while you're in game. You usually have to restart the game for that to work well. So instead, we're gonna upscale. So we're gonna go, there's no DLSS on a 10 series card. So we're gonna go with FSR 3, but we are gonna not turn on frame generation. We'll be at FSR 3 quality. So that's internally rendering the game at around 720p and then upscaling. Things will look a little pixelated, but our performance should go up. I just restarted the benchmark counter. And we'll play through a little bit of the match on these settings and see how it goes. Okay, I did the little divey thing, guys. Are you proud of me? I'm gonna crawl through an air vent. Performance is very good in the air vents, guys. I can't stand here. Okay, well, I can't stand that. Okay, apparently you can't jump down the elevator shaft. That is something I now know. Okay, we're gonna go prone. Maybe they'll think I'm dead already. No, nobody's coming through. All right. So you can also sprint backwards now and sideways, and like whichever direction you're going, you can then like crouch into a dodge roll or something like that. I believe that's how this is working out theoretically. Anyway. All right, so performance numbers still seem to be around 70-ish. So did the upscaling really improve performance? Did it even go in? I mean, we're getting different gameplay. But anyway, let's go more aggressive with it. Let's go all the way down to balanced mode on the upscaling for FSR 3. Again, no frame generation. If you're wondering why no frame generation, it's that it doesn't improve the responsiveness. It adds more frames, so motion looks more fluid, but they're not actually rendered by the game engine, so they're not increasing your responsiveness, so that's why I'm not turning on frame generation. I don't believe it's a good choice for multiplayer games. I've heard some people still prefer to use it than not. Ah, he did the little slidey move. Good for him. What a gamer. Anyway, okay, performance definitely looks higher now that we've gone down to balanced mode, so at least there is that. We're kind of more averaging in the upper 70s. I swear I had seen an enemy around here. Apparently I must be crazy. Do I have a grenade? Okay, well, did he kill himself with a grenade? Is that what happened? Do I have a grenade button? Is it G? Let's find out. No, not G. Oh, I hit my map apparently. So we found the map. Is it Q? Is that health? What is that? E? Okay, E is grenade, but apparently I just used it. Oh, it's a smoke grenade. No? Fizzly? I don't know. Whatever. That's a teammate. That's a teammate. Okay. Should we go down to performance mode, perhaps, on the upscaling, and then go from there? Okay, so we will go down to, we'll stay on FSR 3. We'll go down to performance mode, apply settings. Yeah, so things definitely going to look pixelated now, but performance numbers should go up. And we are pixelated, but I can still see the guy crouching in the in the bushes over there, so at least there was that. Looks like we're at like 85 FPS-ish. Let's play a bit longer on these settings to see how it does on more varied gameplay. He has a little robo car. Good for him. Can I shoot through the wall? Is that what I was doing? Okay, I got that guy. Oh, there's another guy. I'm reloading or something. Stop reloading so I can shoot. There's a guy down here too. Okay. All right. Looks like this match is about over, and then we'll try out a different graphics card. Look at that. So there's my stunning victory. We'll go ahead and pop in, you know, let's go with the 60 class GPUs in order. So let's go with a 2060 next, and I'll pop that in. All right, just put in the RTX 2060 back there, and I think we're gonna do this one at basic settings 1080p as well. So we are on the RTX 2060 now, 1080p resolution, quality settings basic. No upscaling yet, although this time we should be able to try out DLSS. Again, we don't really need my picture camera in here, so let's go ahead and try it out. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the, wow, my mouse sensitivity must have changed somehow. Sorry guys, this must change. 8, no. Let's go to like 1 point something. Let's try 1.8. Okay, no fair killing me while I'm adjusting mouse sensitivity settings. Okay, that's much better. Okay. I don't know guys, I don't play a lot of FPS games these days, but I used to play a lot of Counter-Strike, so low sensitivity is certainly more of my thing. What game mode is this? Hardpoint? What is hardpoint? Is that like a King of the Hill type thing, I'm assuming? Looks like our performance numbers are pretty good at the basic settings, actually. Even without upscaling. So actually, although I am going to try out some upscaling, we might even try boosting to 1440p instead, but let's go ahead and try out DLSS at the quality setting and apply those settings. So again, if you have a weaker CPU, you'd have to make sure your CPU could keep up, but let's go ahead and play a few rounds with DLSS quality enabled. The hard point is up there. I did the dive thing. Guys, I did the dive thing. Look at me go. Okay, so I'm actually interested in playing at 1440p resolution because performance is so good here. But actually, before we do that, you know, let's push this even farther. So we'll go down to balanced mode DLSS. Okay, performance is up around 140-ish. Apparently I'm staring at the frame rate counter while an enemy is crouching in the corner, so that's always a good idea. Same enemy there, and I almost didn't see him again. He should have killed me. I don't know how he didn't. Okay, capture the hard point. I am here, guys. I did it. Are there any bad guys? Ah! Came up behind me. Thought he was gonna come in the other way. Dive! Someone behind me again. Okay, so performance seems 130, 140-ish on those settings. So let's go, if you really don't care how good things look and you just want some performance, let's try performance mode DLSS at 1080p resolution. Getting a bit more performance. That's a bad... oh, okay, I almost died there, and that was going to be really embarrassing. I actually stopped shooting because I thought he would have been dead, but apparently I must not have been getting those headshots. Is there going to be an enemy right here? Tried the divey thing. Maybe I should have tried a grenade or something if I had one, but I already forgot what the grenade button was. Okay, let's actually try out some 1440p resolution. So let's go 1440p. Apply settings. Capture card's gonna have to adjust to those settings for a second. All right, we're back. And let's go back to DLSS upscaling, actually. Can we do off? Okay, so no upscaling. Basic settings, 1440p. Actually, looks like we're hitting in the 90s, at least in this area. So maybe we could have tried some, oh, that's an enemy. Tried some more challenging graphic settings. Ah, man. But, yeah, performance seems pretty good at basic settings, at least on the 2060. All right, looks like my team has it. Enemy up there. Ah, okay, let's go ahead and try some upscaling. Especially at 1440p, I think that would make a lot of sense. We'll go DLSS Quality at 1440p, start with that. Again, DLSS Quality doesn't seem to be gaining us a whole bunch compared to DLSS Off, which is kind of what I noticed with the FSR and scaling on the 1060 as well. So it looks like we might need to go to more aggressive settings on the upscaling. So let's go ahead and go DLSS Balanced mode at 1440p. And apparently I'm dying while I... oh, they got one of those. Is there any point shooting these? I don't understand Call of Duty. Like, does it actually like kill it if I shoot this thing, or is that like an invincible thing that just eventually goes away on a timer? Don't actually know how it goes, and I guess chat's not gonna help me when I'm not live streaming. So, yeah. Did I get him? Looks like the bad guy's got the hard point. Can I jump off here? Okay. Aw, man. All right. Let's go a little bit further with this. Maybe we'll go DLSS Performance mode. Looks like we're up over 100 FPS now. Let me keep the averages going. Ah, man. Well, guys, since we're here, let's go ahead and be silly and go to 4K resolution on this thing. Now, I don't know who's using a GTX 2060 on a 4K screen, but if we're at DLSS Performance mode, we might actually be okay. So, 4K DLSS Performance. Too many of them. Actually, you know what? I'll reset the frame rate counter because I accidentally just turned it off. But yeah, it looks like we're actually close to 60 FPS at DLSS Performance mode. So not too bad. All right, how about I go ahead and put in a RTX 3060, and we might want to try out more demanding graphic settings too. All right, we have popped in the RTX 3060 this time, and we're gonna go ahead and start testing. I have changed the graphic settings though. On the 1060 and the 2060, I was at the basic preset. What is this? Let's just pick a thing. Okay, Anyway, I was at the basic preset on the last two GPUs we tested. I've now moved to the balanced preset, but we are at 100% rendering resolution at 1080p. On the RTX 3060, I do have the 3060 12 gigabytes with the original version. Again, cam link, my camera can go away here. What is this? Domination? Is domination, so it's like a capture a few different control point kind of gameplay, okay? All right, let's do it. I'm gonna go ahead and run the benchmark average. And apparently I started reloading when I should not have. Okay. Guy was up on top of a train. That feels like cheating. All right, diving in here. Doesn't appear to be any enemies. There's an enemy. Try to do the divey thing. All right, you know, performance honestly looks pretty good at native 1080p at the balanced preset. We're around 100 frames per second. But, of course, we could push it a little bit higher, can't we? So let's go ahead and do DLSS at the, let's go quality settings, apply settings, and reset the frame rate averages. Looks like performance is up a bit. All right, where are the enemies gonna spawn from? Probably this way. Okay. I get it. I captured a thing, guys. I am helping. Look at me go. I even threw a grenade. That's an enemy. Okay. Well, you can't win them all. All right, let's go ahead and actually I think it'll be more interesting to test out 1440p at this point. So we'll go 1440p resolution. And let's see, I think I should go to native resolution first. So we'll do DLSS, let's go DLSS off. So 1440p balanced preset, native rendering resolution, no DLSS. There's a bad guy there. You'd think he'd get the kill if I was in my menus, but apparently not. What is that? Okay, maybe that's too long range for this weapon. Okay, there we go. What is shooting? Oh, there's like a helicopter or something. Is that what that is? Can I go over the fence? No? Alright, so performance is certainly very playable, but I think I would like a little bit higher in a competitive shooter. Especially with the 1% lows dipping below 60 is not ideal. So, let's go ahead and kick DLSS on, and we'll go at the quality setting. We'll apply that. Reset the frame rate counter. Alright, quality upscaling DLSS, 1440p monitor output, balanced preset. Okay, well, diving onto the floor in front of 3 enemies was apparently not the play, guys. All right. Nobody defending this? Okay. All right, so looks like, yeah, we're up around 90 with 1% lows around 64 with DLSS quality. Why don't we go ahead and try out DLSS balanced mode. Reset the frame rate counter while I get executed, apparently. You know, that's not cool, guys. I'm just changing my graphics settings. All right, somebody's shooting at me. Okay. Whose little car is that? Is that, oh, that looked like it had a blue thing. It's probably a good guy. All right. Okay, is that that's a bad guy. Too many of them, guys. All right, balanced mode. Performance looking to be around 100. The 1% lows are up as well, so that's good. I mean, obviously not identical gameplay comparison between the settings. But let's go ahead and go down to performance mode DLSS. Which again, probably not what I would do in a single player game where I'm in for the visuals, but in a competitive game, getting more performance is always nice. At the cost of a little bit of fuzziness to the image.
Securing B. Securing C.
It's an enemy. Okay. All right, apparently that grenade did something, so that's good. All right, let's try out 4K resolution before we switch to another GPU. I know probably not a realistic test for a 3060, but we are at DLSS performance mode. So with DLSS performance mode, balance settings on the 3060, let's see how we do. Where is this guy? Ah, he jumped down. Okay. Oh, probably shouldn't run into the exploding fiery stuff. All right, let's do maybe one more kill and or death, and then swap to 4060. All right, let's call that good. I'm gonna switch out some GPUs. Well, I was about to test out the 4060. I even installed it, but then I got a call from we have to install some air conditioning up in my kids' bedrooms at the new house. So there's somebody coming by to give an estimate on that. So I need to actually start editing this video together to get it posted. So the point is, if you're interested in me testing out some other graphics cards, maybe some AMD GPUs, maybe some higher end cards, things like that, higher settings, let me know in the comment section whether more Black Ops 6 beta testing is something you guys would be interested in seeing. Other than that, hopefully this was useful for you, and I hope everybody has an excellent day.